Hi guys, Freddie B here. It is NFL Week 13, and welcome to Freddie B's Pathetic Picks for the NFL Week 13. Alright, last week, Week 12, not a great week. I gotta admit, I only went 8-8. So, I pick these games based on my feelings only. I do zero research or anything. Sometimes I pick the team because I like the color of the uniform. But, so far, I've got a winning record for the year. And I'm happy to tell you that these are my stone cold picks. These are locks. These are guaranteed to be games that will be played. So take that to your bookie, okay? So Thursday night, tomorrow, you got the 6-5 Seahawks against Dak Prescott, the Dallas Cowboys. AT&T Stadium in Dallas, Texas. I don't see any way the Seahawks are going to win this game. Dallas is a legitimately good team, as I've said all year. They are 8-3. They came off a big win against the Redskins, but I could send my Riverview High School Rams against the Redskins and probably win. I'm kidding, you know, the Redskins are. But anyway, I'm sorry, Barry. I'm sorry, my boys up in Richmond. But the Redskins are on the sucky side of football at 4-8. All right. So 6-5 Seahawks, which are doing pretty good. They got a shot in the playoffs. They're a mediocre team, but they're not bad. They do have a winning record, but I'm taking the Cowboys on Thursday night. Then we got to go to Sunday. Sunday, first game, we got basically two crappy teams playing. The first game I'm going to pick is, I don't know, it could be a tale of two crappy teams. I don't know which crappy team is worse, but let's put it this way. You get the 4-7 Chargers going to Foxborough to play the 2-9 New England Patriots. Both of these teams are terrible. The only reason I'm going to give the Patriots the win here is because they're playing at home. Okay? And they will give... I think Belichick now is playing to get draft picks. So, I don't even know if he cares about coaching anymore. But nonetheless, the Patriots are going to win that game. Then we get the Lions and the Saints. Lions, very good team this year. Interesting that they lost, though, I think, last week, right? Because I'm pretty sure I picked them. But, the Packers beat them, right? So the Packers beat the Lions on the Lions Day, which is Thanksgiving. They're not going to lose 2 in a row. They're playing the Saints. Again, the Saints, 5-6 at the top of the North. I mean, that's just a weak division with the Falcons, the Buccaneers, and the Saints. You might win that division with a losing record. And make the playoffs. You should not. Tired. You make the playoffs with a losing record, and you should not at all. But we're going to go, and we're going to take the Lions there. Then we get the Falcons against the Jets. Again, Falcons 5-6, Jets 4-7. Teams, both teams suck. This is just not a really, really great week for football. There's a couple of pretty good games. This, my friends, is not one of them. Okay? It'll probably go out to less. It'll probably be seen in New York to 1 o'clock on Fox. And it'll probably be seen in Atlanta. And it'll probably be seen inside of 285. And that's probably it. Because nobody's going to want to watch this game. Sorry, Marty. But I did do this. I did pick the Jets to win this game, Marty. Because they are playing at home. So I'm going to give the Jets, even though they played terribly against probably the greatest football team ever in Miami Dolphins court last week. They're going to come back and win. But both teams are terrible. Then we go back. Next game is another crappy team. The 2-6 or 2-10 Cardinals are going into Pittsburgh to play the 7-4 Steelers, and the 7-4 Steelers are a pretty good football team, and it should be a pretty easy task for the Steelers to maybe win this game. I just don't know that the Cardinals will win any more games this year unless they have the Jets on their schedule. All right. So we're going to go with the Steelers over the Cardinals. Steelers are playing at home. Then I had a kind of a toss-up game here because we get the Colts at 6-5 and the Titans at 4-7. the Titans have, Ryan Tannehill, but he's not playing very well. So it's a hard game to pick. Both teams are mediocre at best, bordering on suck. But the Colts are 6-5. They got a winning record. They're going to stay 6-6. They're going to be even because I think I'm going to give the Titans the win here just because they're playing at home. Plus, they got J.J. Henry, and he's a really decent football player. And really all you got to do is hand off to him and let him rock, and he'd probably do just fine. Then we got your favorite football team of all time, the Miami Dolphins. I am not a fan, as you can tell. The Miami Dolphins with Tua Tagovailoa at quarterback, going in to Washington, D.C. I like to call it enemy territory. Playing the Washington Redskins, okay, who have an incredible 4-8 record against the Dolphins 8-3. I think the Dolphins go in there, and with Tua and the speed and Mozart, he's going to play a little bit more. Okay, I think you're going to see a pretty much of a blow. I'm hoping for a blowout. I really am. I'm looking. I will tell you this. I will tell you the Dolphins will win the game, and the game will be 28-7, maybe 10, 28-10, and they might have to put the scrubs in late fourth quarter. The Dolphins, because that's how much they're going to dominate this team. Then we go down to Texas. Okay, where the Texans are taking on the Broncos, a resurgent Broncos. They had 70 dropped on them by the Dolphins, but they had bounced back to an incredible 6-5 record. They're playing really well. They're ascending as the season goes. The Texans are leveling out. They are both 2 6-5 teams. This could be the closest and best game of the day if you're not a Dolphins fan, which I am, which you know the Dolphins are going to beat the Redskins. Anyway, hopefully I'll get to see that at 1 o'clock. Because the Bucks are at 4, so there's no conflict there. Anyway, going to be a tight game, and I'm throwing it to the Texans in Houston because they're in Texas. They're playing in Texas, and they're going to be good. And then you got the 4 o'clock game starting with the hapless, which probably the Detroit Lions of Charlotte. They are a cat. The Panthers, 1-9. They are terrible. They fired Frank Reich, who was a pretty good football player. I got to thinking about him. He was a backup for the Bills. Then he became the Panthers, I think, first franchise quarterback or something like that. I mean, and he had a decent career, but he's done really well in coaching for the most part. And I was like, who's got more money, Dan Marino or Frank Reich? Maybe Frank Reich, because of his coaching prowess, has more money than Marino. Anyway. The Panthers aren't going to win. They're going to try like hell to beat the Bucks. The Bucks should easily win this game. But it's going to be a tight game because the Panthers have, I think their defensive coordinator is an interim coach or something like that. So he's going to want to try to do something, to show that he's head coach material. And the Buccaneers have to be wary of that. But the Buccaneers at 4-7, unfortunately, they suck. They're just not a good football team. But I'm going to give them the win there. Then we get the Browns going out to the Rams. Browns 7-4, decent football team, doing well in the playoff hunt. And they're going to stay there because they're going to go in as a visiting team, and they're going to beat the Rams. Then you have probably the game of the day is going to be the 49ers and the Eagles. And I'm sure everybody's going to want to watch this. 49ers are 8-3. The Eagles are 10-1. The Eagles are really good. But Buffalo threw them a scare. And I think if you are the 49ers, you're going to watch that film and watch that game very, very close. If you can control the Eagles quarterback, you can control the game. So it's going to be a really, really tight one. And here's the upset pick of the day. I'm going to go with the 49ers in an upset in Philadelphia. They're going to get batteries thrown at them and everything, and people are going to go to jail in the stadium, okay, for drinking too much. But the 49ers are going to get out of that feces, gnarled city they live in, get some clean, fresh air in Philly, and they're going to win the game. All right, then you got the Chiefs and the Packers. Packers, 5-6, Chiefs, playoff team, probably, again, maybe the best team in the AFC, don't know. But they're going to go in, they're going to beat the Packers. The Packers are running, unless it snows. Check the forecast. There's a 20% chance of precipitation. 20% chance of precipitation for this game. And it is at night, so the temperature is going to be down. It could be a snow game, but I don't think so. But I think the Chiefs are going to go in there and they're going to win it. And then finally, Monday Night Football. You got the Cincinnati Bengals at 5-6, who started the season better. They've been a better team, but they're playing the Jaguars of Jacksonville, and they're playing in Jacksonville, and it's going to be on ESPN, and Ryan and Peyton and Eli are going to talk about it and everything. And you know who's going to win that game is going to be the Jaguars. The Jaguars are going to win. And that's going to be the end of Freddie B's Pathetic Picks for Week 13. I'll let you know this, though. There are 90 days left till Formula One testing starts. Maybe 85. So we're looking forward to 2024. But we do have football until then. And, of course, we have Wrexham football over there in Wales. So we'll look forward to seeing that, too. Hey, if you like my picks and everything, go ahead, hit the subscribe button. I appreciate that. I'm up to 11. I'd love to get one more subscriber this week. It would be very, very cool to have you aboard on that. And like the video if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. Comment if you feel fit. That if you feel like you'd like to, you can do that too. Anyway, Freddie B, happy to be with you. Thank you for listening to Pathetic Picks. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Ta-ta for now.